Szia, Zoli!
Szia, drága Enikő! Szia, Reiner!
Szia!
Hello. Szia, Gergő!
I'll give it one more minute to allow some more people to join. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this first Power Up Call of 2024. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it anyways. Happy New Year. I already mentioned it during the last call, but now it's official. 2023 was the best year for ASEA in Europe, with more than $33 million in sales. So congratulations to everyone. And of course, thank you very, very much for all the hard work you put into your business. I wanted to stream this live on Facebook, but I'm having some technical issues. But don't worry, this call will be recorded and we will make it available afterwards as well. My name is Reinder Limburg, and I am the Senior Director for Business Development in Europe, in case you haven't seen my face before. I will briefly go over the agenda with you, and it is my great pleasure that we will be starting this year with a very, very special man, Zoltán Várnai. He has a very interesting presentation prepared for you with the title Numbers Don't Lie. Then, as we did last year as well, in the first call of the year, we will be announcing the Specialty Award winners. And I will give a little bit of information about that later on, what it actually is. And then I will end with some information about ongoing incentives that have ended, and also some promotions. But I would really like to start with Zoltán. This man doesn't need an introduction. He is clearly an ASEA rock star. Since he and his wife Annette started their ASEA journey back in 2019, he has continuously challenged himself to reach his full potential. He is not afraid to dream and not afraid to dream big. He is a great mentor to many associates and helping them to reach their full potential. His business has been growing since the start, and whenever he hits a new rank, he keeps that rank, and he is already thinking about how long it will take him to reach the next level. He's always emphasizing the importance of building a stable and sustainable business, and he does this himself really well. He's a hardworking man, but he still makes time to share his vision, for which I am very, very grateful. The other week I spoke with Zoltán, and he was very excited because he just did a new presentation with his team, a new presentation that he created focused on advancing through the ranks, and also what does it take to build a stable business. A presentation supported by numbers, and these numbers he gathered from his experience. And whenever there's a presentation that includes numbers, it is music to my ears. It's my great pleasure to welcome Zoltán Várnai, Triple Ambassador Diamond. Zoltán, welcome.
Thank you, Eduard. Sorry, thank you, Reinder. Close. Thank you, Reinder. Annika, did you like, Reinder, how he pronounced my family name, how correctly, Várnai?
Yes, he's practicing a lot.
Thank you, Reinder.
Every single day.
Thank you.
I need to be able to pronounce Hungarian names properly nowadays, Zoltán.
Thank you. So how much do you want in terms of time? Shall I go into this presentation?
How much time are you willing to give us?
People are gonna leave the call at midnight. So I will try in 10 minutes. So more or less very, very basics in 10 minutes. Is it okay?
It's absolutely fine. Feel free to go into more detail if you want to.
Okay. So thank you so much for the introduction. And yes, this is what happened. I was thinking when we reach 2024, what I'm going to speak to my team, that what we're going to do in 2024. Everybody is a personal dreamer. Everybody personally will decide how actively or how relaxed he or she will take 2024. Yes, we have a comfortable life. Yes, we are very happy where we are. We are living a dream life. because of ASEA in the last 5 years. This is the 5th year. And then, so it's a very, very nice comfort zone for us. And the only reason I have to step out from the comfort zone is because of the leadership. One of the key elements of the leadership is showing example. Because what I learned over the years, it doesn't exist that something is not either growing or not either declining. It doesn't exist. So anything is life, even if it's a very, very small difference, but something is always either growing or declining. So to keep the business alive, I choose to grow instead of decline. And one of the biggest elements of leadership is example. So what I'm doing and the goals, what I'm setting is partially, it's very difficult for me to find new goals and new dreams, which is realistic enough and motivating me in terms of, you know, push me out for the comfort zone daily. But one of the great motivation for me that I have to be in the front, in front of my team. So we just talked about the European conference, how many front lines, there's the incentives going on, how many front lines people are bringing. It's personally sponsored, but I was counting my lines. So lines means anybody, just one ticket sold in that line, it counts for one. For the incentives is not, it's personally sponsored, but I counted my front lines, how many front lines I will bring to the conference. So right now I have 20. And this week we have directed 300 legs, 18. And the highest numbers of directed 300 legs we achieved was 26 in one single week. So that is the first element, what I have to be because of my team, not because of my income or because of my rank, but most importantly is because of my team. So that's the first step. For me, it's very difficult to go back to the very, very basics, but now I try to show you a presentation where you put yourself into the shoes you want to be in 2024, and you look for your active upline who you go through with you, with your goal, and make an action plan, a strategy, how we're going to spend the next 12 months. Less than 12 months, because today is 17th of January 2024. For this business, you need 3 most important things. One is the belief and the self-image. The second one, what you need is a huge amount of action. And the third things, what you need to have, I forget. Believe, action. Somebody I was talking today, what is the third one? Well, I really believe. Believe, self-image, it's one thing, and action, and there is one more thing. I think I wrote it somewhere. I lost my
consistency, commitment.
Knowledge. Knowledge exactly what to do. Knowledge exactly what to do. Yes, the why and the dream, yes, of course, but we passed why we are here. We passed why we drive this business, why we do this business. So we passed that. Once you know why you want to do this business, you have to believe it's possible, and you have to have a good self-image to telling you, yes, it's possible for you too. So where you can get this belief, you can get it in the European conference. That's the closest date when you get the really, really big belief. I was lucky enough 5 years ago, I went to the Barcelona conference, 2019, and I get this belief, but it was so strong because I seen in live presentation, Tyler Norton, our founders, what he did the presentation about ASEA ethos. And I was interviewing people from ASEA associates from all over Europe. And then they told me testimonials that I started to believe. If it's half of the story is true, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable opportunity. So I had a strong belief. I had a very, very good self-image. Thanks for my father. But action was not the problem because we were running after our life. But the knowledge is the third and most important thing, that you have to get it from the trainings and from your upline and from life experience. So that's the three things you have to put your focus into. So I created these documents and these slides, and I want you to focus on what is realistically possible for you and what is the income you think it will be motivational, big enough for you to achieve that income at the end of the year. And then you think it's worth of the struggle you go through during the learning curve when you are learning this business and you get your experience in this business. So what is the income which is big enough as part-time, so you keep your job, whatever income you have at the moment, and like as a part-time, what is the income which is motivational enough for you? If you achieve it by the end of this year, you can say it was worth it. So if you are brand new and you just start this business today, you are very, very new, I would say between gold and platinum. It depends if you have no experience, if you have very, very bad self-image as a businessman or a businesswoman. Gold, it's very, very realistic, and it should be the minimum goal to achieve at the end of the year if you start today from zero and zero experience. But you must find an active upline, and maybe it's not your direct sponsor, but you have to go through your sponsor line to find someone who already done it, has the knowledge and a few chapters ahead before you, so he has experience. Now, these numbers, the income, the average income numbers, is not coming from a book or is not coming from an Excel table, which is going to tell you exactly this is the numbers you're going to have. This is a very, very rough average income, monthly income today in Europe. This is in euro. But achieve this income, I'll highly recommend you personally sponsor front lines. And these people are not product users. These people who said to you, I'm interested in the business opportunity. So you have to have at least 5 people you personally sponsored. And if you have a strong and stable Director 300 ranks, roughly, including of all the bonuses, roughly, you're going to earn about €1,000 monthly income. And the bronze and the silver and the gold, you see, for the gold business, you need 27 front lines. And if you have a strong, stable, paid rank, not as I have to slow down because of the translation. So not because of the lifetime rank, but because of your paid rank. It's a gold. You should earn about 5,000, even more euro income. But for that, you have to hold that position, that rank regularly. Not just for one time, but regularly. So the EMP bonus pool, please talk to your upline what it is if you don't know, that you can earn this kind of income. And this is really realistic. Now, here's the plan. The plan is, if you start today and you have zero, then you take the calculator and you know that we have 12 more months, roughly. But we have 12 more months in this year. So if you divided it at 27 by 12 months, that it means that every month you have to sponsor 2.25 people. So you need to sponsor directly people who say yes for the business opportunity. You have to sponsor at least 2 people each month, a little bit more, so 2.25. So 1 month in 2, 1 month in 3. But if you do this every single month, at the end of the year, you will have the front lines, which is enough to hold a stable gold business. So that's the numbers, and you see for platinums, for diamonds. So whatever rank you are right now, if you started already and you sponsor 5 people or 10 people, you deduct that number from this number you want to achieve. Diamond is 47. If right now you have, let's say, 12 people in your team, then what you do from the 47, deduct the 12, it's 35. 35 in 12 months, you need 3 people every single month, 3 people to register. So at the end of the year, you have enough front lines, which is enough for a diamond business. But it not necessarily means you are automatically diamond, because we need depth. And this is the next slide. where the group size, where a healthy group size should be, keep your focus on in order to achieve that rank, and with that paid rank to achieve this kind of income. I have a lot of examples. So I have business partners who don't have enough personally sponsored, but they have group large enough for that rank, but personally they didn't sponsor enough people. So it means their business is not stable. Yes, they can hit a rank once or two times, but it's not stable. But our goal here is to have a stable business. So when you open the EMP bonus pool, you will take as much money as physically and technically possible. So this is what we are aiming for. That's why I'm showing that numbers is very important, very crucial, that you don't mislead yourself and you don't mislead your sponsor or your downline. That's the realistic numbers you have to have in order to have a healthy business, a real great business. So I have some business partners, I have the group size is big enough, but didn't sponsor enough personally. They will struggle to qualify because of the directed 300 legs. And also, they will struggle to earn high income because their PGV3 will be low. Even if they open the pool, because of the PGV3 is low, then the income is not as great as I show you here, the average. Average means some people earn less, some people earn more, but this is rough average. I also have example in my team who sponsored many front lines. They signed up a lot of people as a front lines, but their group size is very weak. And the reason behind is because they didn't learn how to get started with people and how to help people to start duplicating the simple steps, what we teach every week. So if you watch both numbers, personally sponsored and group size, then you keep it in balance. Then when you see that you have enough personally sponsored, but the group size is not big enough, it's small, you have to put a little bit more time into developing the depth and go to your downlines, finding key leaders who are ready to take actions. So you help them how to get started, how to make a name list, how to invite people, how to do the presentation, and how to follow up. And you do this together, the few steps together. So that's the second element, is the group size, that this is realistic. If you are a gold, you have 27 front lines as an average, maybe 25, maybe 30. But as a group size, you have 250 people in your team. That's a healthy gold business you should focus on. The next number is a PGV3, is the first three lines in your sponsor line. That is a menu point. If you go to the virtual office, sponsor tree, and it shows you personally sponsored, that's your PGV1. PGV means personal group value. So the personally sponsored, all the group which is personally sponsored by you in the front lines is PG1. The second line underneath is PGV2, and the third level is PGV3. That's numbers is coming from ASEA. This is more than 10 years experience. This is the healthy numbers you should have in PGV3 in terms of when you open the pool. Some people is less, some people is much more. I remember very clearly when we hit platinum, we have a very stable 10,000 PGV3 each week. Once again, I want to repeat, I remember very clearly when we hit platinum, we had very stable 10,000 PGV3 every week. That was a very strong and stable platinum business. And the group size, as you see, is 610, and the personally sponsored is 40. So whatever number you have personally sponsored, this is only you responsible, nobody else, it's only you. So that's the number, you can fix it anytime, and it's depending only on you. The group size is how much work and effort you put in the depth when you develop leaders in the depth, so how you teach them to duplicate a duplicatable simple steps and do the work together. So don't teach, don't talk, do the work together. So hold the hand of your downline and go through the name list together. Go through the invitation together. Do some invitations together. do some follow-ups together. Make sure that the person is going through all the process by you helping people to get started with this business. And the PGV3, there's the healthy, it is all worldwide statistics, so these numbers don't lie. When you hit the rank, please always focus on your PGV3. If your PGV3 is not high enough, you personally have to sponsor quality people who not just product users, but also they wish to build a business, so they are also business builders. So that's the PGV3. I recommend you to watch it every single week. The next one is weekly enrollment in your team, in your left leg and in your right leg. And this is group enrollment. So if you want to achieve gold, what you need to focus on, you watch the numbers of how many personally sponsored, how many group size, how much is the PGV3, but also what you need to look at as a balance, because it will affect your business, that how many regularly sponsored, regularly every week, group sponsored in your left leg, in your right leg. You have to watch these numbers because sometimes the points accumulating, so you collect points in one leg, you have more PV, and then you focus on only on the lesser leg. But if you don't watch this number, it means you don't have leaders in your leg, which the numbers is not accurate. So if you want to hit gold, you have to make sure that both of your legs, each in the left leg as well and the right leg as well, every week 10 group involvement is going on. If you don't have this number, you have to find leaders who are building this business even without you, who are working independently. Otherwise, even the points you accumulated in the other side, it will go down, and then it takes a lot of time until you put your effort, until the business will grow the numbers back again in a normal balance. So you have to keep an eyes on this, because it's all depending on how many leaders you have in each legs. That number is very, very important. The next number is to keep it realistically, and we don't want to mislead anybody. So we don't want to promise a high income in very, very short time, because it's not realistic. So we want to give a rough number that if somebody building this business part-time, and if putting a lot of effort, so not just 1-2 hours a week, but mainly 3-4 hours a day, then roughly if you build this business and you work at least 5 times in a week, not 7 days a week, but 5-6 times a week, then usually as an average, this is the how many weeks you need to achieve a strong, stable Director 300 legs. I know a lot of people hit Director 300 in the first week and the second week, but I'm talking about Director 300, the Director 700 business, which is earning €1,000 monthly income. For that business, you need to have, I would say roughly almost 2 months, but 1.5 months easily you need. For a healthy diamond business, usually takes between 9 months and 14 months. So around 1 year. We have Chaba and Vicky achieved diamond in 1 year. Of course, they had a huge amount of network marketing experience in the past, and they knew a lot of good quality people, but they built it in 1 year. We did with Onet during the COVID, we did it in 14 months. So that's the time what it takes to build a diamond business. If somebody built a diamond business in 1 month, you have to look at behind the curtain. You have to look behind the closed doors, why somebody achieved such a high rank, such a short time. There is a reason behind it. But realistically, this is the numbers. And please trust me, these numbers don't lie. The next one is a Director 300 legs. This is not according to the compensation plan. This is according to my recommendation. And this recommendation is coming from life experience. I see a lot of people, I spend a lot of time analyzing the dashboard and I'm watching different businesses. I know the person's personality and leadership skills. I know how much effort they put in the business. When I call them, I know when they call me back or how many times they pick up the phone. So I feel how actively somebody built this business. But a director 300 legs is so true. If you want to build the gold business, you have to have more than what you need for the compensation plan. As I mentioned before, we are ambassador triple diamonds at the moment. Hope not too long. But director 300 legs at the moment we have today is Wednesday, but we have 18 director 300 legs. According to the compensation plan, we need only 7, but we have 18, and the maximum what we achieved was 26 in one single week. So these numbers, if the numbers is stable, your business is stable. You know, the second week of December, when everybody's celebrating Christmas in Europe and everybody's slowing down, everybody's family, this is normal that every year it's a slowdown. So our business dropped back as well. From ambassador triple diamond, we dropped down to ambassador double diamond. But the reason behind, because we have a lot of PGV3 and we have a lot of director 300 legs. So these are the numbers. This is the last slide, and this is the last slide what I wanted to share with you. So when you make a plan, the one thing is 100% depending on you is the personal response or a number of personal response. Or that's the starting point. Everything else you should analyze it with your active upline, how you can manipulate positively and realistically your group size, your PGV3, your weekly group enrollments, how you can speed up the weeks when you can achieve that rank stable, and then the director 300 legs. And these numbers, this average income is statistically, it's proven more or less, or of course, some people who are very young diamonds, they are earning less than 14,000, but we have diamonds who are having diamonds and triple diamonds downlines, and then so of course they can earn more than 14,000 as a diamond. So it's just a very, very rough numbers, but please trust me, please believe me. If you don't, that's your business. I'm happy with that too. These numbers are not lying. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Zoltán. Question from my side: why isn't presidential diamond in that list?
Where is it?
You stopped at ambassador level, and you haven't added presidential yet.
Because there's not too many people I should share this how to go presidential, but hopefully this year, yes. I don't have experience how to go presidential diamond yet, so until I don't have this experience, I shouldn't talk about it, shouldn't teach yet.
Definitely. Thank you so much. No, I really appreciate this overview. Also the fact that you're emphasizing on rank stability, right? Mentioning that you can hit gold once, but what really matters is that you hit gold every single week. Then is when you get can get closer to those average income that you mentioned on this on your presentation. That is very important. And also what I appreciate or what I admire from your business is that you have exactly this. Sometimes there's a promotion going on, or there's whatever's going on that means additional income that is generated or additional volume that's generated, and you might be able to hit another rank, but the stability is what counts every single week. The importance of director 300 legs, not just have the amount that you need for a certain rank, but have more, because it can always be the case that someone is on a vacation, is not doing something, and therefore will not hit that director 300 that single week. But you don't need to worry, because you have 2-3 others that will hit it anyways. So you will be able to hit that rank. So very, very important. I really, I looked at those numbers carefully. Also the fact that you focus on group enrollments left and right. Of course, we always see businesses that have uneven leg structure, because they have a lot of builders in one leg and maybe not so many in the other leg. And so that matters, of course, as well. When you look at group sizes, you need to make sure that these legs are even. When you are lucky enough that you have some builders that go faster, you know that you can focus on the other, and you need to get that number of group enrollments in that other leg to that number of 10 for gold stably as well, to make sure that you can hit that rank stably. And of course, well, I mentioned I like numbers as well. I looked into these things, or I look into these things quite often. And yeah, great to see that we have numbers that are not too different from each other. So thank you very much for sharing this, and yeah, that you mentioned numbers don't lie. This doesn't, you're just not creating a presentation for the sake of creating a presentation, or you're sharing your experiences. It can also be used as, so I have sponsored 50 people personally. Why am I not a gold? Well, that's because there might not be enough duplication in your team. You do find a lot of people, but maybe there is not enough depth or duplication in your team, and therefore your group size is not at that level yet. So very important. And of course, when you look into these numbers, you can go in a lot of detail when you talk about this, like I did just now. But the essence is there on the slides, just looking at those numbers. For everyone who's not comfortable with these numbers or doesn't know where to find it, all of this information that Zoltán just presented can be found in your virtual office. You have the dashboard where most of the important information is summarized, not just this week, but also the previous 4 weeks. You have a volume totals overview where a lot of information can be found for a longer period of time, focusing on your volume, PGV, PGV3, left and right volume. So all that information is available. And as Zoltán mentioned, if you want to know more about it and you want to use numbers when you are setting your goals, or you're setting your goals for yourself, reach out to your upline or active upline to talk about it together. It always helps to have an extra pair of eyes on your own business to get where you want to be. And this is also what I loved about your presentation, is that where do you want to be? What kind of income level do you want to achieve? Then this is where you need to be. This is what you need to achieve. So very informative. Thank you very much. And also very different from the presentations I've seen from you. So thanks so much. And with that, I want to go back to the very first thing that you mentioned in this in your presentation. And I'm starting my screen again. Is that you mentioned you need to show example. You need to lead by example. And I want to be one of the first to congratulate you, Zoltán, because, and I'm talking about Ascent, this week you are our first and only first prize winner for Ascent already. In this case, you qualified through the point system. You rank advanced to triple investor within the qualification period, but you were able to hit that rank multiple times and therefore earning more points. And in those weeks that you just mentioned, maybe Christmas, it was a slow week, you were still able to hit the target rank that you had for this incentive, and therefore already hitting the amount of points you need to qualify for first prize. But you also need to have enrollment volume to hit this first prize level, in this case 4,000 or more. And this is exactly what you mean and mentioned, showing example. So congratulations on this first prize qualification. I know that you're already picturing yourself on one of these beds by the pool, enjoying good food and, most importantly, good company, because you will not be the only one going to Crete. Because this year it's already a very successful qualification period. And please remember, the qualification period is still running until mid-March. I don't know the exact date by heart, but mid-March. So we are just over halfway through the qualification period. And we have Zoltán and Annette qualified, but we have 31 more people that are already qualified and going to Crete. And we will have many more. But Zoltán, congratulations on this first prize. I also want to share that we have 2 people that already had hit the second prize level, Ivana Horkikova and Gabor Garay. So great news for them as well. I know also Gabor has recently started, but is going rapidly through the ranks and gathering points. So an amazing job for these two associates. And then we have some third prize qualifiers with Tony Baranjai, Reka Naji, Beatriz Mencia Gijon, Aneta Drif, and Gabriela and Chavacuti, and your uplines, Zoltán, Sissel Anderson, and of course Espen. Also a great example of people, of an associate or a wonderful lady in this case, that is hitting rank consistently. Every week she hits her rank. She has the Director 300 legs that you need in order to hit that level. And like you, she has many more. So also congratulations to the third prize qualifiers. And I mentioned Zoltán and Annette and 31 other associates already qualified. That means that we have a lot of fourth prize qualifiers already. I just wanted to give you this update. I'm not going to read all these names out loud, but this is a very successful qualification period. And I'm very certain that we will travel to Crete with the biggest group of ASEA associates from Europe that we ever had. I think that around 50 between in all the years that I've been with ASEA, we've been traveling with like 40, 60 people, maybe 80 people in the most successful year. But this year, I think that we will be a group of 150 people going to Crete. So hopefully my colleague Matisse, our event manager, has booked enough rooms because this is going to be a wonderful trip. So congratulations to all the qualifiers, but let this be a reminder that we are just slightly over halfway through the qualification period. So please look at where you are, what you need to do to qualify. Talk to your active upline or diamond upline, what I need to do to qualify, because I want you there. I want to be there in Crete with as many people as possible. Then it is time for the specialty award winners. We do this once a year, but you can see the specialty award winners on a weekly basis as well in your virtual office under recognition. We keep track of this on a weekly basis, and we look at these qualification criteria that, or these different categories that you see on the screen here. But what we like to do is not take just 1 week, but look at the entire year. In this case, of course, 2023, and look at our top enroller, which is who enrolled the most associates last year. We look at our top fast forward achievers. So who was the one with the most successful fast forwards in 2023? Top EMP earner. So we look at everyone that earned EMP bonus and who earned the most. Top growth is the category where we look at your income in 2022. In income, I mean commissions that you've earned in 2022. And what did you earn in 2023? And who had the biggest increase of commissions earned last year? So top growth. And top income, self-explanatory, who earned the most? I think that we can all guess who that was. It wasn't me. And then we have the top auto ship all-star. I think we have to rename this category and call it top subscription all-star. But this is the one that has the most people that he sponsored personally on subscription. And how does this work? I sponsored Zoltán. He has 12 subscription orders last year. That means that I get 12 points for him. But I also sponsored Enike. She turned off her subscription 1 month. I don't know why, but she only had 11 subscriptions during the year. I get 11 points from her. So look at everyone you sponsor personally. If they have a subscription order, you get 1 point, and we look at the entire year. And the one with the most points will be our top subscription all-star. And then we have two very interesting categories, which is the emerging leaders and the leadership development category. If we can remember the incentive that we did last year, the Marrakesh incentive, we looked at this as well. If you are the personal sponsor of someone who's rank advancing, you get points. And for different ranks, there are different points. And the difference between these categories is what ranks do we look at? And for the emerging leader, we look at the ranks between director and platinum. And for the leadership development category, we look only at executive ranks and up. You get certain points for a certain rank, and the one with the most points will be on top of this leaderboard. So a lot of information. I hope it was clear. Let's go to the first category, which is top enroller. And I want to congratulate everyone on this list, because being the top enroller is a big deal. It means that you enrolled the most associates last year out of those 12,000 associates that we have in Europe. So a very big deal. Congratulations to Norbert and Ibolia. Congratulations to Beatrice. Congratulations to Rita and Gabor Gavalovic. Of course, congratulations to Catherine Edwards. And also my heartfelt congratulations to Csaba and Gabriela Kuti, our top 5 top enrollers. Congratulations. Very closely linked, of course, to top enroller is the fast forward achievers. You will see that some of these names will pop up on the top fast forward achiever list as well. But some people manage to enroll very targetedly. So they set a target for themselves. The next 2 weeks, I am gonna enroll a lot of people. I'm gonna finish a fast forward. Because to finish a fast forward successfully, you only have 2 weeks time to sponsor at least four people. It can be associates, it can be customers, with a certain amount of volume as well. But congratulations to our top fast forward achievers. Again, Ibolia and Norbert, Gabor and Rita, Csaba and Gabriela, and also my big friend from Hungary, Tomi Marcia, and his lovely wife. And also on this list, Nandor Rompf. So congratulations, you can call yourself the top fast forward achiever of 2023. So don't forget this, it's not just words or a slide. You are the top fast forward achiever when you are on this list. So congratulations to all these 5 associates. Next category is the top EMP earner. Please remember to earn bonus or commissions in the executive momentum pool, you need to be within the ranks of bronze and platinum. And to open a pool, you need to hit that rank 2 weeks consecutively, and then the clock starts ticking. And you have a certain amount of weeks in which you can profit from that executive momentum pool. So again, rank advancement, rank consistency, and stability are very important when it comes to the executive momentum pool, and of course also to be one of our EMP top earners. These are usually the people that are in the higher levels of the pools, but more importantly, that they are consistent in hitting an EMP bonus, getting an EMP bonus every single week. So congratulations to Robert Rafai, Catherine Edwards, Lucy EKG, Csaba and Vicky Todt, and Mila Androva. Congratulations. And the next category is top growth, and we have Robert Rafai. If we can remember from the recognitions that we've seen, Robert Rafai has rank advanced all the way from when he started in January last year to triple diamond in 1 year. That also means that in 2022 he did not have any income, so all the income that he earned was of course growth income, and therefore he is the #1 on the top growth specialty award winners. And Zoltán, congratulations, you are #2 on this list with incremental income. #3 on the list, Csaba and Vicky. #4 on the list, Lucy EKG, and #5 on the list, Catherine Edwards. What you can also see here is that you see the top earners in EMP back on this list as well, which makes a lot of sense. The executive momentum pool is very rewarding, especially at this point. And it also means that these are people that are rank advancing. They open new pools and they earn additional commissions in this pool. And then you have Zoltán, of course, that also rank advanced and is at the triple ambassador level. And going from double ambassador to triple ambassador is also a huge step. We already talked about a lot of numbers, but what I want you to think about is, what do you need to what kind of volume do you need to hit triple ambassador? That means that you need to hit 4 weeks in a row at least 150,000 personal group volume per week. That is a lot of volume, and you can imagine that if you go from double to triple, that also means that you will earn a little bit more commissions. Congratulations to the 5 of you. And then we go over to our next category, and here we look at total commissions earned. And congratulations, Zoltán, you are our top earner, followed by your sponsor, Sissel Anderson. And also on this list, you see Robert Rafai as number 3 on the top income earner list. Of course, someone that rank advanced quickly, is earning executive momentum pool bonus, and build up a stable business towards triple diamond. And talking about stable triple diamonds, Pali and Ani Krishton, always hitting ranks consistently, and are also on this list as top income earner, followed by Catherine Edwards as a strong EMP earner and top enroller as well. Deservedly on this list as top income earners last year. So congratulations to all of you. And then the top auto ship all-stars: Catherine Edwards, Gwenoline Reno, Frédéric Fallour, Christon Pali and Annie, and also Anthony Fabry. So you see some other names on this list, and there's also a little bit of information I want to share, for instance, about Catherine, also Gwenoline, Frédéric, and Anthony. They have a lot of preferred customers as well. They do not just have associates, but also customers, and very loyal customers. That also counts towards this, because when you sign up a customer and they stay on subscription every single month, they count for this category as well. So yeah, also an important thing to think about is that not everyone is a builder. Sometimes there will be people that just want our products, and yeah, preferred customers can do a lot for your business as well. So congratulations to these 5 associates. And then we go to the last 2 categories, where it's about emerging leaders and leadership development. So when you are the personal sponsor of someone who's rank advancing, you will get points. And this means duplication in your team, very important. So congratulations to Tony Baranjai, Fergie Chaba, Gabor and Rita Gavalovic, and again on the list, Norbert and Ibolia, and last but definitely not least, Lucy Ikeji, very lovely lady from Czechia, who's doing a lot for ASEA in that country. So congratulations to these emerging leaders. And then to the leadership development category. So you get points whenever someone in your team who you sponsor personally is hitting an executive rank or up. And Zoltán, you're number 1, congratulations, followed by Robert Rafai, Vicky and Chaba, Sissel Anderson, and of course, Pali and Ani Krishton, our leadership development specialty award winners. So please, we will also share all this information on our recognition channel, our recognition Facebook page, where please go to that page and congratulate your team, congratulate your uplines, your leaders about these achievements, because this is a big deal. If you can call yourself the top enroller of the year 2023 or top EMP earner, this is something that no one will take away from you. These are very important and recognitions. So congratulations to all the winners. Then the emerging leaders training, just a couple of words from my side. The qualification period has ended, and I wanted to share with you that we never had so many qualifiers for this training, which makes a lot of sense because it was a record-breaking year, 2023. A lot of rank advancements, more volume than we ever did, and therefore also more qualifiers than we ever had. So 106 qualifiers that can now register for the emerging leader training by going to the virtual office and registering there. And this training will take place the day before our conference on Friday, February 23rd, from 10 to approximately 5:30. A fully packed training with field leaders, an external training, and also Tyler Norton being one of the people that will speak at this training. So congratulations to all those winners. I'm not putting 106 names on these slides, but if you are qualified, you know it, and you deserve to be at our emerging leader training. Then, of course, our conference is getting closer and closer. We talk about this internally every single day. We have a lot of meetings going, talking about this conference. What we have in store for you is something very, very special. So if you haven't purchased your ticket, or you know a couple of people in your team that are unsure if they want to go to this conference, they should. Even if you can go only one day, I would always recommend to go 2 days, but even if you can only come one day, go online and buy your ticket, because this is going to be a great event with many, many like-minded people from all over Europe under one roof. I also wanted to mention this because at our last call, I announced an incentive that we're running, where we will give out cash rewards to the associates that bring the most people to the conference. And when I say this, you get, I mean, the people that you sponsored personally. If you bring them to the conference, if they purchase the ticket, you will get points, and again, the one with the most points will be in our top 10 and will earn this cash reward, with the exception of diamonds. So Zoltán, I'm very sorry, but you will not be getting this reward from me. I also want to give you an indication of who is currently in our top 10. And please note that this incentive will still run until the 31st of January. So you still have time to reach out to everyone that you sponsor personally and make sure that they will be in Budapest. I did not put a ranking there. I put the names in alphabetically, but this is our current top 10. These are the ones that bring the most personally sponsored associates and customers to Budapest. So look at this list. If you're on it, that's good news. However, this is not final yet, because it will still run until January 31st. But this is the current top 10, not in this order, but I also have a list of names that are actually only one person away to be at the same level as the number 10, probably also 9, 8, and 7 on this list. And even if you're not on this list, getting 2 or 3 people to the event, to the conference, can make all the difference. And maybe you can still be one of these cash reward earners, because it's very, very close. It can be 1 or 2 associates and you can be in that top 10. So please reach out to everyone in your team and make sure that they go to Budapest, because we want this to be the biggest event we ever had. And the last time we went to Budapest, we already had many, many associates. And of course, we want to make sure that we have more people coming to this one in Budapest. Then the last reminder, and then I will leave you alone. Of course, we have another promotion running, which is called the New Year, New Globe promotion, where you can save 40% of individual Renew Advanced products, so the single items. But this promotion is also for people that start. If you sign someone up with 200 PV or more, they will get the Renew Advanced Skincare System, the set, so all the 4 products, for free. So 200 PV enrollment orders, they will get this kit for free. So use it when you talk to people. When they sign up and say, okay, I want to start with a case of ASEA and a tube of Renew, mention to them, hey, if you get 200 PV, you will get this kit for free. So a great deal. Make sure that you share it with as many people as possible, and also make them aware that we have that 40% discount on these single items. So if you have your favorite Renew Advanced products, make sure that you profit from this promotion. Thank you very much. That was it from my side. Thank you again, Zoltán, for sharing your knowledge with all of us. As you mentioned, knowledge is very important. It's just not just believe in yourself and believe in ASEA, the products, the opportunity and culture, and of course, the action that you take and the time that you invest in the business, but also the knowledge. So appreciate you sharing that with us. And appreciate everyone, and thank you everyone for joining and taking the time to taking the time with us. Thank you very much. One last comment is that usually we have this call the third Wednesday of the month at 5 p.m. The third Wednesday of February, I will be in Budapest already, and therefore we decided to postpone the call 1 week, do it after our conference, so we can already share a little bit of information that we shared at our conference. And we have some other excitements of announcements to make as well. So instead of the third Wednesday, we're going to do it the fourth Wednesday on the 28th of February. So hope to see you at the next Power Up call, but I really hope to see you earlier in Budapest for our conference and our emerging leader training. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely evening.